is very expensive, and we recorded our EP in an amazing studio called Last Studios. But we knew, and we had a look around and we thought, well, we want to record an album, but test out how much it's going to cost to do that. And spoke to lots of studios and got quite a few quotes, and we did have a plan to do that. And then at the 11th hour, I think we just had a discussion, because where we rehearse it and there's a studio there, and it was like, why don't we just invest the money what we would pay to go into a recording studio in kitting out our ready-built studio and recording it ourselves. Luckily, James and yourself, Andy, both knowledgeable in how to do things recording wise, and what is it, Logic Pro and all that. So we thought, we've got the skills in the band to do it, why not give it a go? DIY, punk ethic. And it's been amazing so far. It's saved us a fortune. It will do in the long run, because now we can release as many songs as we want to release and record as many songs and try different versions of things. And yeah, we're currently recording now a track that we did on the EP, re-recording it just because we can really. We feel like the songs have evolved since then, so we can do an updated version. So we're excited to see what it brings.
Wow, well, we're all a bunch of people who love writing songs together and playing songs together, gigging them, but we're just creative, and you want to have something to show for that really at the end of the day, don't you? So for me, it's just, I really love writing and creating, and actually once you get into the studio, you can turn these songs into something truly special and magical, because you can add so many just final touches to them that you don't always think of when you're playing them in the room with the band. So I think that's my reasoning anyway.
Well, I think it was a decision that we all made. Rather than go to a recording studio, spend thousands and thousands of pounds on recording an album, we decided that we've got a studio here, we've got a room, and we've got a studio. Let's just spend the money we would have spent on an album to buy our own stuff and record ourselves. So it was kind of a financial decision, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not speaking for everyone, but it just seemed obvious to spend that money that we would have only spent the once at another recording studio. Now we've invested in all the equipment, and we can record as many times as we like.
Money, time, and time's the main thing really, because we can do what we want, we can experiment with it. Whereas if you're in the studio, paying for it, messing about with a synthesizer, trying to get squeaky noise that you want on something costs a lot of money. Whereas if we do it here, we're in control of that, and we can do it whenever we want. So yeah.
We basically looked around all the different studios. We actually visited a couple, and they're all great. But when we priced it all up, we realised that we'd probably not get the full album done for our budget. But our budget would cover the gear that we needed to do. We actually had a load of gear anyway, so it was just filling the gaps, missing pieces. We've had the space for a while to actually set up a recording studio. So myself and Jim just dusted off the old kind of recording stuff that we knew, and we've got up and running with it. So it's been really good, because we've been able to experiment a bit more, because we're not clock watching, and we can do a lot more in terms of nipping in and doing stuff. We've managed to get pretty much the full tracks done and ready for vocals, and then mixing within a couple of weeks. So, and that means we've then been afforded time to develop a couple of songs that I hadn't really seen much rehearsal, but we've managed to develop in the studio, so it's been quite exciting.
The opening track, I think, Moment Together, is I can't, it's really hard this, because there's a lot of songs that I absolutely adore on the album, but that song it's got a real meaning for me, because you know, sometimes it can be difficult being in a band, and there's different personalities, and you have your moments with each other. And but that the song, the meaning, you know, behind the lyric of like a moment together is all we need, and that's all it needs. Sometimes we need to be in the room together and playing together, and that's when things happen. And that song came, I think it was pretty much improvised in the room, and it instantly was like, wow, this is a tune. And it's just a great opening track. I think I just can't wait to play it live. We've never played it live, and I think that's one that will go off. But yeah, it's a real driving rock song, and it's got an amazing intro.
I've got quite a lot of favourite songs actually, but the ones that make me really go yeah are Moment Together, Not Being Straight, Ready for Change. They're the ones that make me go yeah, rock out, like head bashing songs type thing. But then there's other really sort of magical ones like Rein It In, Last Impressionists, that I find really sort of move me. And then others that are just really, you know, enjoyable to listen to. There's interesting parts, interesting chord changes. Scott's vocals are really sort of soaring and beautiful. So yeah, there's a lot that I enjoy on there. It depends what mood you're in, really.
Favourite song on the album, I'd say, is Ready for Change, because it's a really good song to drum live for me personally, and I just think we've captured that feel, because it's, you know, the song's quite up there. It's upbeat, it's kind of rocky, so yeah, I think it's going to be Ready for Change for me.
Moment Together is a banger, absolute banger, love it.
There's a load which is exciting. When I joined the band a couple of years ago, I hadn't brought anything to the table, so it's nice to see a few of mine getting a bit of an outing. I really like a demo that I sent over probably in April last year, and Scott's kind of sent it straight back with a vocal on it, which was unusual, and he'd already kind of come up with a lyric for it. It's called Whispering Man, and we'd opened a few shows with it last year, and I really like where Scott took it, because to me it was just a cheeky little bass riff, and he managed to turn it into a beautiful song. So, and then everyone else joining in, and Nuts' massive drum part at the start. So people have already heard that, but I don't think they've heard it in the detail that we've actually recorded it, and it's turned out really well.
Finishing the album, probably getting it mixed and mastered will take some time, but then probably record, maybe doing some videos for it as well, and then really planning out some gigs, and certainly I'd like to do an album launch if we can get that going somewhere, and hopefully we can you know, get a good venue and fill it, although we've used this room before now to do gigs in, so we could do that. We've got options, but yeah, we're excited to what the future brings, really, because the album's going to be amazing. And I'm not just saying that, well, I am saying it because I'm in the band, but I really am shocked at how good it is going to be, and I think other people will be surprised, and hopefully it'll snowball.
Right, well, we're recording at the moment. You might be able to hear it a bit in the background. So we'll get the album done, finished, and maybe around autumn time that'll be out and ready to go. Maybe we'll have another crack at a Christmas song, but I'd like to start playing maybe a few gigs, not loads and loads, but just get out there a little bit, test drive some of the songs from the new album. But also, you know, we're never going to sort of satiate that thirst for writing, I don't think, in this band. So there's already a load of other new ideas just in the background simmering away, waiting to be brought into reality. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well.
Looking forward to taking it on the road, maybe, you know, get some gigs under our belt, get it out there, and let's get an honest opinion of what people think.
We will probably be doing a lot of gigging, promoting the album basically, and we'll probably start recording other stuff as well, because we're quite prolific writers, I think.
I'm hoping we did some really great gigs last year. Some of them were kind of squashed together and rushed. Kind of at the last minute, we got invited down to play some stuff. We ended up doing 2 nights on the same festival. So what I'd probably like us to do for the second part of this year is some just really meaningful, nice, bigger gigs, and just make sure that we're ready for you to all hear this stuff. I'd love to do an album launch and kind of show you what we've all been up to in our own space, and just literally, it'd be a really nice idea to play the album from start to finish. I think live, I think that'd be really impressive if we could pull that off, because there's a lot of instrument changes. I think between me, Jim, Fee and Scott, there's probably about 25 instruments on the actual thing, so I don't know how we'd do it, but it'd be really interesting to try it, and I think with the right rehearsal, I think we'd be able to pull that off at the right venue as well.